Hello, my friends. This is Sarah Jones, intuitive psychic and tarot therapist here at Tarot Therapy Co. And I am going to be bringing you a special reading for December 21st, 2020. We have Jupiter Saturn Conjunction going on. It's a really big deal. It's some really big energy that's going to come in and change so much. The theme of this conjunction is really profound, awakening. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the conjunction itself and what it means. So if you'd like to learn more about it, stick with me. If you're ready for your reading, if you already know about it, you read about it, go ahead and go in to the video description and you can jump right to the reading for your specific astrology sign. Okay. Now, if you're still with me, this is a huge astrology event, and it's a huge historic event for so many reasons. You know, I know there's a lot of talk about the age of Aquarius coming in. It's definitely a possibility. You know, Saturn is moving from one sign, from Capricorn to Aquarius. And to understand how this will impact us directly, we really have to understand the Jupiter and Saturn energies and how they interplay. So I have Saturn here on one side and I have Jupiter here on the other side. And as you can see, Saturn is about truth and lessons and rules, regulations, governments, the traditional way of doing things. And then on the other side, we have Jupiter, which is about abundance and luck and courage and our self-belief and blessings, new ways of seeing things. And we're going to see a battle between these two planets over the next year as they travel through Aquarius. So this reading is not just about the energy of December 21st, 2020 and how that affects you, but it's about how it affects your entire 2021, okay? And Saturn, that Saturn energy, Saturn, we tend to see some karmic energy come through. And Saturn is really going to ask you to do some spiritual work, to be focused and disciplined. And, you know, it's going to show us where we need to step up in our lives. So keep that in mind. You know, for some of us, that means everything's going to fall apart because it's just not working. And for others, it means some things are highlighted where we really have to do the work in certain areas of our life. And the thing is, Saturn's not all bad, because when we accept that challenge, we gain wisdom, and Saturn will bring us rewards if we do a good job and focus and pay attention. Because Saturn really wants us to grow and evolve and become the owner of our lives and to really step up and be responsible for ourselves. So if we haven't done the work, then Saturn's going to come along this year and begin testing us and breaking everything apart, okay? If you have done the work, or you're beginning to do the work, or you're doing the work this year, then Jupiter over there is going to come along and bless us, you know. It's a big year, 2021. It's going to be a big year to focus on spiritual pursuits, to let go of old ways, old beliefs, welcome new insights, new ideas, new revolutions, focus on your value. That's going to be huge in 2021. What is your value? And what do you value? What are your values? What do you find is most valuable? What are you willing to fight for in 2021? And what area in your life do you need to clean up and take responsibility for? You know, that's what this is about. It's a great awakening. There's going to be a shift in the collective consciousness, especially over the next year. And we're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of rebellion against, these old, outdated beliefs and ways of living and being. And you're going to see a lot of people rising up. And I want you to rise up with them. I want you to rise up in your own personal life as well. It's so, so important to rise to the challenge. Get ready to see the truth. Trust in the truth that you see. Because when you do that and you do the work, Jupiter and Saturn, they're going to bless you. And, your focus, your self-belief, your confidence, your courage, it's all going to start to just open up and become bigger. Okay? So thank you for joining me. Now I'm going to do the individual astrology readings, so you can go ahead and skip right to your astrology reading. Like I said, the link is in the video description. And if you're liking this video, please hit that like button. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, this Jupiter Saturn conjunction is happening in your first house, okay? And our first house is what people see, the impression we give. It is the body. And it's a really interesting place to be. It's for the next year, you're really going to be focused on how you express yourself in the world, how you be just you, okay? It's literally the area of your life where you're you. It's your life force. It's what radiates as you walk into the room. It's your essence, and it's what people see, or the initial impression that you give off. It's if you could imagine yourself like a house for a moment, with different rooms being different parts of your personality. And then the part of you that is rebellious and idealistic and full of energy is like the door of the house or the front of the house. And, you want to look good. We always want to look good. We talk about curb appeal. So this year is about your curb appeal, how you're appearing to others. And, I also want you to focus on the body, your own physical body this year as well. I feel like confidence is important. I feel like moving ahead. I feel like rising. I feel like you guys are really going to be rising this year. And how your body works, your physical appearance, where your strengths and weaknesses lie, it's going to all come through. It's going to come out. And you want to get to know yourself better than you have in years past. You want to be able to project who you are in the best way possible going forward. And you want to be content in your own strength. And I'm not saying be assertive. I'm not saying try to control or dominate. I want you to be comfortable as a leader. And it's really important this year to focus on goals and follow those goals. And, you need to finish all the things that you start this year. And I want you to pay attention to your health as well. For some of you, I feel like maybe there's signals your body might be sending you. And your body's, your ultimate container. It's the place where your soul passes through. It is, your outside persona. So I feel like for some of you, you really need to pay attention health wise. Again, values are coming up. What values are you willing to defend this year? Your reputation, maybe your authentic self, maybe your chosen path, maybe something else. So wherever it is you stand by your convictions, you may find yourself a bit challenged this year. You may find yourself having kind of conflicts with maybe some authority figures in your life, and your guides are saying you may need to take some extra measures to kind of keep a cool head in any given situation this year. But you can do that, and you're going to be tested, you're going to be challenged, and who you are and who you will become is important. And I feel like it's almost like the Fool card energy. It's a new beginning. It's a new path for you all. It's like destiny in the making, it almost feels like. So you're really focusing on yourself. And I am going to pull an additional card here for additional guidance. And we got thought. How interesting. So let me pull these this way so they're not in the way. And I love that because Aquarius, you guys are all about being in your head and thinking about things. So I'm really not surprised that you chose this card, or your guides chose this card for you. I feel like there's abundance in thought. I feel like there's a lot of, the two masks here. Who are you and who do you show the world? Because I feel like they can be very different people. And perhaps it's a year to combine those two people. Interesting. I'm just like looking at the little luck. You guys are going to have luck. I'm going to pull it forward so you can see. There's little 4-leaf clovers there. They're kind of standing out. And the amethyst. Amethyst will be a great crystal for you all to work with in the coming year. I feel like you all need a reminder too that your thoughts create your reality. And whatever you think, whoever you think you are, that is who you will be, and that is who you will express. So I really want you to think about that. Who do you think you are? Do you have doubts about who you are? Do you need proof of who you are? I feel like thought is what drives your path. It determines the direction of your life. Your thoughts and the way you think, they really shape and create the world around you. And this is going to be so important for you to be able to do well in the following year. And I feel like, and this is this is not just, from your guides. This has been proven in science, learning the mechanics of thought and how they operate in your mind and how it manifests in your life. Okay. Sometimes the best way to achieve the future outcome you desire is to put it out there and then not think about it unless it's necessary. I feel like for some of you, you need to hear that less is more and try not to overthink. Okay, keep your thoughts short and simple. You don't want to fill your mind with a bunch of what ifs and maybes. You just want to set your intention, learn what you need to do in order to achieve the outcome you desire, and then allow yourself to stop thinking and simply just do what needs to be done. I feel like that's your big lesson for the year, is to be able to do that and manifest the things you want in your life with those simple steps. But they can be really difficult if you're not used to doing them. So I feel like your guides are saying you don't need to think so much. Okay? Just let it be. So I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonates with you, please hit the like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please be sure to share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Capricorn, this is your reading. So I have a bunch of different astrology cards that I will be using. I'll go this way. I really know how I want to do that. So we'll go that way. So Capricorn, this Jupiter Saturn conjunction, it's going to be happening in your second house. And your second house is about owning, it's about assets, it's about finances. Again, it's about things you value. Like I said in the beginning, what we value is going to be tested in this year. Okay, so I feel like what's going to come through is that you want to focus on things. It's like you want to create permanent things, stable things, secure things. But I feel like this year is very much about your earning potential, finding security. These are the areas of your life that are going to feel important to you in the coming year. And pay attention to your desires and your needs this year. So that way, I feel like you can get the best outcome from all of the things that you do. I feel like you also need to be kind of grounded in the physical this year as much as possible. Solid reality, creature comforts, your lifestyle, you're very much going to be in that physical realm this year. And your key to your own power in the world is how you feel empowered and how you feel disempowered. I feel like you have to be living up to your own personal values in the year to come. So you'll want to sit down and address that. Do you know what your personal values are? If not, figure it out. Okay? Because I feel like you're also going to need to decide kind of to utilize or to manifest in the physical realm. Just you're trying to use your values to manifest, to be comfortable, to find happiness in the coming year. You definitely want to focus on practical issues, how you handle your finances, how you look out for yourself in terms of shelter, how you're being rewarded, and are you making a good living at what you love. You'll want to really protect your resources this year. I feel like so for some of you, if you're at a stage where you're in the beginning steps of owning your own business or entrepreneurship or anything like that on your path, you'll be able to realize your dreams this year, and I feel like it'll really open up for you very much this year. Obviously I feel like you want to be conscious with your finances, conscious with your money. Don't let any people manipulate you when it comes to your money or your finances. I feel like that's for some of you. And I also feel for you guys that things are going to go kind of slowly. So you're going to have to find ways to kind of be patient. You're not going to be able to rush through anything this year, but know it will come, whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. Okay? I feel like if you're trying to work towards a home, build your credit, things like that are really good. Focusing on your self-esteem, again, what you value, what you hope for, and being grounded is really important this year for you guys as well. And I'm going to pull an additional card. We just talked about this. Desire. What is it that you desire? Because that is your lesson of the year. Is focusing on what it is that you desire. Take a moment to think about that. What do you desire in the new year? What do you desire in 2021? How much do you want it? I want you to really focus on what it is you want this year. Explore your desires and what you're willing to do to achieve your dreams and what you want this year. And I feel like once you've figured out the desire, because you don't want to get caught up in wishful thinking, you'll have to take action. So it's like desire and action. What actions are you taking to find happiness, to achieve your goals? Desire and action also means believing that a particular outcome is good, is worthy of your desire. And it means valuing something as important and worthy of your time and your efforts. So focus on your desire that drives you to set goals and then act on them. You can't have one or the other. It's both. It has to be both. It's desire that keeps you going. It's desire that motivates you and drives you and asks you to take risks in the following year. I feel like you all are just, maybe you've been living a half life instead of a full life. And And why are you so afraid sometimes to act on desires that you know will lead you to happiness and create kind of a happy, fulfilled, full life? I feel like ask yourself that. Why are you afraid, or why are you stubborn, or why are you not doing that? Learning to let go of particular outcomes. Learning to let go when life fails to meet your expectations. Not allowing yourself to give up before the good stuff comes in. These are all going to be very important lessons for you this year. Your life has to have meaning. Empower yourself. Know that mistakes are going to happen, but allow yourself to learn from them. Don't let yourself fall into the habit of judging your small successes or failures along the way. Don't allow yourself to fall into perfection or demand immediate success. This year is about learning and improving and being proud of doing your very best. Focus on long-term and short-term goals and allow things to kind of unfold as they will. So I do hope this reading helps you in the current year. If it resonated with you, please be sure to hit that like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from the reading, be sure to share it with them. And as always, if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Sagittarius, this is your reading. And I'm going to get like this. I'm going to put these two in the middle. They're shorter. So Sagittarius, this conjunction is happening in your third house, okay? And your third house is your potential. It's also about messages that come through and focusing on them. Beginning on December 21st, and this goes all throughout the whole year of 2021, you have an innate potential to learn something, whether it be through reading, writing, taking a class, training, self-education, or just life, learning life lessons. But it's a year of learning for you. Maybe learning some new skills. And your guides want you to try to rise above that feeling that maybe you can't do this, or you're not good enough, or that this isn't for you, because there's something you've been missing. You're in such a different place in your life right now. And I feel like knowledge and kinship are coming through for you guys for the year. Knowledge and kinship, okay? And I feel like maybe, I don't know, for some of you, there's this need to focus on maybe your friendships, I feel like, or your neighborhood, like your neighbors. I don't know why that's coming through. And I feel like, yeah, it's like neighborhoods and siblings are coming through. for you all. So there's a focus there. And it will be different for everybody. And your guides want you to also know that words have power. And this year is going to be your year to get your point across. And you're also going to find a clearer direction this year. I feel like many of you have not had a clear direction in your life and where things are heading and how you're doing things. So I feel like this year is the year that things get really clear on which way to go, which path to take, what's most important. This is going to be a year of how you think, how you speak, how you communicate with others, and how you put your thoughts into words. And I feel like many of you have been really searching for some answers. That's what keeps coming through. And you might want to try some maybe writing or speaking, or researching. There's some researching. I feel like the answers are somewhere. And usually I say the answers are inside yourself, but for Sagittarius, for you guys, there's some answers you seek that are not within you. They're within, again, something you learn in this coming year. And some of you may find out, like, you suddenly wake up with an idea, or you've been toying with an idea. And your guides are saying when you get that idea, don't wait. The time is now to just do it. Okay. It's to make things work this year. There's no overthinking them, or no holding back. I feel like there's a lot, going to be a lot in your mind, and a lot of information. I don't know how that plays out for you all. And some of you might find some issues with siblings coming up. There may be some questions you have to resolve doing with brothers or sisters, or there may be some changes that happen with your sibling relationships. I feel like for a lot of you too, mental stability is coming. So if you struggle with mental stability, anxiety, depression, I feel like this will be an important year to really focus on healing those issues, because you can, I don't know, there's something that's coming through that's saying that you can heal that now. You can work on that now. You can find the root of that now. Okay. Also starting a business, that keeps coming in as well. If you're thinking about starting a business, this is the year for you. This is the year it'll be successful for you. Don't hesitate about stepping into situations. Know that clear choices are coming. Focus on finding the right words this year. Okay. You may find yourself going on short trips. And I feel like many of you are going to finally be able to own the things that you know to be true. Okay. And like I said, I know I always tell you to look within, but this coming year, I feel like for you guys, for Sagittarius, you're going to be looking, you're not going to be, not that it's always about looking about outside yourself. I can't even talk. But it's about relying on your own common sense and trusting in your own common sense. Okay. And I'm going to pull one additional card here for you guys. Emotion and intellect. So literally, this is like what I was just talking about. And I swear I shuffle these like before we start. So I I always love it when something comes through and it is a clear sign. This card has to do with your kind of soul lesson for the year. And it's like a cup card. It's like I'm trying to remember what this one is. It's I don't know, but it's about balancing and realigning, especially when it comes to your emotional disharmonies that may be influencing your choices and your environment. Again, like I said, if you struggle from anxiety or depression, I feel like this is the year to really move through that, to see the whole and how an imbalance within you affects everything around you. Are you making choices? Where are you making choices from? Love? Are you making choices from love? Or are you making choices from fear? Are you making choices from your insecurities or your doubts? Are you not taking a risk or making changes because you're afraid? You don't know what's going to happen? Or are you not making changes because you love the life that you already have? So even if you're plagued by doubts, you can move through that. But be careful of being blinded by love as well. Focus this year on what motivates your actions. What motivates you is fear or love. And I feel like the truth is that most of our actions are really motivated by both fear and love. It's like the yin and the yang. The two can't exist without each other. But you want to keep them in check. You want to find a good balance in them. You want to be motivated by almost both of them at the same time, if you can. You want to move out of unhealthy balances when you're, like if you're leaning towards fear, if that's the dominant force, you want to heal that unhealthy balance. I don't want you suppressing your, who you are, your expressions, your emotions. I don't want you to suppress any emotional stress, because that is what manifests depression and anxiety, inflammation in the body, emotional stress. And there can be real life-threatening consequences to suppressing fear and anger and sorrow. Any of these heavy emotions can get heavier and heavier over the years. So you want to remove and let out those emotions that you've perhaps been suppressing up until this time. Be proactive and mindful when it comes to your emotions, and don't ignore them this year. I feel like your emotions aren't necessarily there to help you make decisions this year, because you're going to be focusing on common sense, but this will give you a chance to work through trusting in your emotions, moving through and allowing emotions to flow through you, and working with your emotions, because you don't have to worry about using them to make decisions. You have your common sense for that. So you're going to use your emotions this year to address any imbalances that you have and get them back on track. Okay? So if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit that like button. If you know somebody who can benefit from the reading, please be sure to share it with them. And as always, if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. Oh. in there. I'm just going to take a quick drink. All right. Scorpio, you are up next. And for you, Scorpio, this conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter is going to be happening in your 4th house. This is your home, your roots of being. And I feel like what's important to you there? The focus this year is about, again, your home or your roots. Some of you may be considering moving to new houses or making comfortable improvements in your own home. There's a focus on domestic matters, any issues with the family you live with. I feel like for you, a lot of you guys, there's experiences from early childhood that need to be addressed. We all know that our experiences that we've had have influenced us and shaped us to be who you are. Your ancestors and your family background have formed your roots and a sense of where you come from. And this is the area where your life where you find memories or deep hidden feelings that have to do with the past. So you may find yourself reminiscing, going through old photos. So don't be surprised if that happens in the coming year. So I feel like there's just these available opportunities to go a little deeper. Okay? I feel like for many of you also, there's this like secret energy that's coming through. And it's about who you are inside, who you are in secret, how you hide or where you hide or wanting to hide. There's this energy of like not wanting to face matters directly, finding safety in the familiar. So I feel like that's definitely where your focus is this year. You have a lot of past issues, and the things you're experiencing now and in this year to come will be almost directly related to those past issues. So how you're handling the things that come through is important. And I feel like too, there's some emotional rawness that's really coming through. So there's definitely some family issues, whether it's your current environment, whether it's with other family members, whether it's literally with your physical home or trying to put down roots. Like I said, it's always kind of different things for different people. It's a general reading. And for you guys too, your angels are coming through and they're saying they're here to help. So be sure to ask them to help you. Be careful of reconnecting with people. I feel like for a lot of you, you may find that somebody may pop up in your life from your past. And you want to really use your discernment when it comes to choosing to reconnect with them or not wanting to do that again. Okay. The moon is it's going to affect you a lot this year. So moon energy, new moons, full moons especially, they're connected to the fourth house. So watch how you're feeling during full moons. Okay. And this, your lesson for the year. And that is the Six of Water. It's about giving. And it's about kindness and compassion and striving to be better. Embracing healthy boundaries will be a lesson for you all this year. Accepting that things will not always go to plan. Being aware that what you think and you believe and you see is unique to you, and it determines how you behave and how you respond to others. I feel like there's a need for forgiveness, whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving others. But forgiveness is the key to being able to move forward from the weight of your past experiences. Forgiveness is the key to moving forward from the weight of your past experiences. I want you to remember that. I feel like many of you have been trying to be something you're not, or something you're expected to be, and you struggle with trying to be that person all the time because it's not really you. And I feel like the lesson, the transformation that kind of comes in for you all is just being you. Learning to understand you and express you and be aware of you. Be compassionate towards you. And again, healthy boundaries. Put healthy boundaries in place this year. And be kind to yourself when you don't live up to your own expectations or sometimes impossible ideals, you know. Don't be petty. Don't be spiteful. I feel like if you find yourself struggling or suffering or with your emotions, you have to choose to be kind to yourself. You may have to choose to walk away from investing your time and your emotion in something that is not worthy of you. So you want to focus on what is worthy of your time and your emotions this year. Okay? So if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit the like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please share it with them. And as always, if you want to see more readings from me, please subscribe. All right, Libra. Libra's coming in. So Libra, this conjunction between Saturn and Pluto is happening in your 5th house. Okay, and your 5th house is about creativity. It's about where you have fun and romance and create some things that you're proud of. So it's a good good house to be in, I think. And I feel like this is a year where you're able to create things that make you feel proud or make you feel special. And I also want you to focus on having fun, enjoying life, or enjoying your hobbies. You know, it's like, your self-expression is what's coming through. So it's like, put things that put you in touch with your self-expression and give you a sense of happiness and personal power and potential. This area is going to be so activated in your life, and it's going to happen in different ways for different people. For some of you, it may happen through a relationship. For some of you, it may happen through a job. It may happen on your own. But for many of you, there's that essence of romance that's coming through. And it's bringing in inspiration and excitement. So you want to focus on your essence and your spirit and your light and how that feels with the people that you connect with. And I want you to give and receive love this year. Give and receive your creative imagination and your importance, your specialness, and allow distinctiveness to flow through you. And you can be everything you want to be. This year, the secret to your happiness is really just truly believing that you are worth it. No more limiting yourself by not having this confidence and this belief and this knowing. Really, truly love yourself, and you will find joy and passion this year, Libra. Really, this gift yourself. Gift yourself the gift of happiness. All you have to do is step into it, really. And, there's this feeling that it comes along with, again, with something, with someone. And whatever you create in this year really brings joy not only to you, but to others. So know that there's this goal for you this year to complete something or to focus on something significant. Okay? And you're going to have to put hard work into whatever it is, but it's yours. It's yours. And, I feel like for many of you, again, the relationship thing is coming up. So for many of you who are in a relationship, your current relationship has the potential to go through a positive transformation. And for those of you who are single, there's this potential for meeting someone that is right for you. If you've done the work, if you've focused and balanced out that self-love. And again, beware of, there's like this warning that's coming through, and I want you to beware of feeling stuck, of allowing your energy to slow up, or even depression. Because I feel like I feel like these things are possible, and I feel like maybe you go through that a lot when things aren't going your way. But what if you didn't have to do that? What if you didn't have to feel that way? What if you could just say, I'm not going to go there this year? Okay. Big mastery lesson for Libras this year in a deep way. And it's something that you already carry inside your heart. It's almost this knowing that anything is possible this year for you. And the most important thing is to move forward. Okay? Move forward. An additional card or lesson that you can expect in this year. And we have, I love the little fishes. We have the 3 of Cups. So I feel like luck. There's something about luck that's standing out in those fishes. Take satisfaction from the things that you do. Be able to look to the future with anticipation, because this reading this year is your year, Libra. It's your year for success. It's your year to celebrate your victories. There's something exciting and rewarding there. But I don't want you to be unrealistic, because that will make it harder for things. Allow things to manifest freely. Allow your expectations to be within, normal limits. And invest in your creative endeavors and celebrate your small wins and your progress and your accomplishments, and be hopeful that success is going to come. And I just so want you to be looking at this coming year with anticipation and excitement. There's just so many positive affirmations and symbols and signs in this reading that it's important to take time to appreciate and celebrate and enjoy yourself along the way, and to look back and be proud of all the things you've accomplished, and to be full of hope. And just make sure your hopes and your desires are realistic. Because when they're not, that's what leads to that depression and that stagnant and being stuck. Okay? And just know. Know that satisfaction is the essence of your year, Libra. So if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit the like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Virgo. So Virgo, this Jupiter Saturn conjunction is happening in your 6th house. And that is the house of routines, the house of work and health and duty, which I think that many Libras are really good at. Okay? So your focus as we move into 2021, it's within the realm of work and duty and service. You also want to focus on health or matters to do with wellness or fitness, how you care for your body. So be sure this year to make sure you see the doctor, routine health visits, things of that nature. For some of you, you may want to focus on your diet, your exercise routines, maybe managing your health better in the coming year. No overindulgence. And I don't want you to deny yourself too much self-gratification as well. There's just a normal reduction of things that are not healthy for you. It's kind of what's coming through. There's work that needs to be done this year. I feel like for some of you, there's a focus on your literal work environment. And how you serve, how you do your job. Do you find fulfillment in that? You know, do you find fulfillment in a task well done, even in an everyday task? Because there's just need for you all to honor your sense of duty and your sense of hard work. And I feel like for many of you, there's worries. And that's just part of life. I feel like you need a reminder that there's no need to worry so much, okay? Routines are going to be very helpful for you this year, okay? Changing up your usual way of doing things is very beneficial. And there's this routine of everyday life that keeps coming up for you all. And it's not, our everyday routine, it's ordinary. It's not super dazzling. We tend to just move through it without really thinking about it. But I want you to think about it more this year. You may experience some changes in your schedule, maybe disruptions in your schedule. So it'll be to your benefit. Your guides are saying it'll be to your benefit to be as organized as you can be, because disorganization is something that could be an obstacle for you all this year. Focus on small things this year. Try not to focus so much on the bigger picture, because for you guys this year, the bigger picture, it's like learning that the bigger picture doesn't happen without the small pieces. Okay? Perfection is not necessary to find success. Completing what you start will be more important. And I feel like in many areas, or for some of you, it's like this. Your guides are saying, insist on quality and usefulness. Watch out for being overly critical or feeling like people are very critical of you. You want to clear up and correct any matters like that right away. So again, it's about focusing on, for many of your job, how you work, what you're working on, responsibility, looking at the small things. Organization is a big deal for you all this year. Making sure things are in order. Efficiency, productivity, again, your body's condition. Focusing on your physical, mental, and spiritual health. That's all that's coming through. And an additional card here, we have the Six of Water. Let me see her third eye there. She's in her third eye. She's not using her physical eyes to gain answers. So I want you to think about that. I want you to surrender to the flow of life this year. Relinquish the need to control things. Understand that things that happen are meant to happen, and that sometimes the future will bring you what you need and maybe not what you want. Okay. So this year, your soul lesson is very much about letting go and surrendering to the flow of life, having trust, having faith, relinquishing controls over relationships and outcomes, and allowing yourself to trust and believe that whatever unfolds in the future is really what is meant to be. You know, you work so hard in your present all the time. And so in doing that, you're creating the future that brings you what you need. And sometimes that's lessons, sometimes that's healing, and sometimes that's growth. And it may not be pretty, but it's needed. Okay? And I feel like there's just this need to allow yourself to flow into different moments and different tasks. And sometimes that's rest, flowing into rest as well. When you know that you've done everything you can do. Your guides want you to know that if you find yourself needing to control others or control situations, that's a fear. And it could be a fear of missing out. It could be a fear of being alone. It could be a fear of losing somebody. But this year you want to be doing what you can to see the illusion. Because control is an illusion. That's all it is. And I want you to be able to empower yourself with choices and dedication and pure intentions and finding the outcomes that you desire within the right timing and the right circumstances, within the right people. You can have partial influence, but the rest you have to leave up to fate. And if you try to exert more influence and control this year, you're really going to risk sabotaging your hopes and your desires and manifesting outcomes that are so far off from what it is that you want. So things are fluid, things are shifting. Allow it to be. Try to detach emotionally and let go of your expectations this year and have faith. Try to embrace peace. Try to embrace being receptive. And find the state of flow. Because that's what's going to take you forward on your journey this year. Trusting in the flow. Trusting in your fate. Okay? So, if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit that like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Leo. Leo, this Saturn-Jupiter transit is happening in your 7th house, okay? And that is the house of partners, significant partners. So that could be romantic, business, or family partners. Different partnerships coming up for you in the coming year. So for many of you, there's a focus on your significant other. It's about how you relate to them. Are you coming from deep affection? Are you coming from harmony? Are you coming from stress and fear? What are your emotional responses that you have to the people in your life? Okay. I feel like there's a need for better dialogue and relating to people better. And And it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's work, whether it's a family member, whether it's a romantic partner. You want to focus this year on trying to balance out how you relate to people, how you communicate with people, your commitments, what struggles you have. It's a year to sort these things out, okay? And it's going to be really important that you do so. I feel like I don't know how I can explain this. So it's strange because like the energy that's coming through is about you. So your Leo energy is really strong. Okay. And I feel like you're being asked to shift that energy and focus to the opposite of you, which is another person. Okay. There's also, for some of you, there may be some legal issues this year or court cases. There's a need for justice or balance that comes through. And I feel like any relationships for you all where there's misinformation, where there's lying, where there's no trust, you're going to see some endings coming, or at least the universe is going to push you that way. They're going to try to indicate that it's a good idea. When it comes to court cases or legal issues, I feel like it may not be what you hope for. They may drag on. I'm getting some stuff that has like no closure. Some power struggles. Okay. I want you to think about expectations that you have, your reasons behind the partnerships in your life. For some of you, I feel like you may want to focus on any codependency issues. So it's a year of justice for you. And how that justice comes through is different for everybody. And if you find yourself in a dysfunctional or unhealthy relationship, there's a need to focus on that and focus on how that plays out this year and why it's dragging out. What's going on? What is your part in it? Okay? Additional guidance. You have choice. You have a choice. And I want you to remember this as you move throughout the year. Because sometimes we feel like we don't have a choice. Sometimes we forget that our choices create our reality and where we are in the moment. Everything you've learned, everything you experience is from the choices you've made. Sometimes it's from choices that others have made on your behalf or they've made on themselves that impact your life. If you find yourself believing that you don't have a choice, that's actually a choice itself. And if you allow others to make decisions for you, that is also a choice. Don't allow yourself to be clouded and confused Don't allow yourself too many options this year. You're free to choose, or you're free to let other people choose your life for you. You can choose blindly, or you can choose by thinking, by opening your eyes and seeing truth. You can choose to act on things, and you can even choose to procrastinate. And whether you choose or not, you have the free will and the power to act and choose and determine your future. And that is one of your major soul lessons this year. It all comes back to choice. I feel like I want you to be mindful of the choices you make. I want you to be mindful of what choices that you have. Like I want you to think about, like, what will your choices bring into your life? What are the consequences or the rewards of the choices that you make in this year? Take time to weigh your options. Really take into account the potential impacts of the choices that you make. Some choices cannot be unmade. Some choices burn bridges. Keep that in mind. Determine your own direction in life. Look to the potential in life. Decide what choices are worth the cost. Decide what choices will bring forth the future that you want, that is in harmony with your intentions and your desires this year. Okay? So, if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit the like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please be sure to share it with them. And as always, if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Cancer. So, for you, this Saturn-Jupiter transit is in your 8th house. Okay? And that is the house of endings and beginnings. It's the house of transformation. It's about intense emotions, which I know for you all is you're already pretty intense and emotional. So this year's no different. It may be a little more. And this year, it may be about passion and connection with another and connection with your emotions and feeling deeply for something, whether it be another person, whether it be yourself, whether it be a path that you choose. There's something intense here. There's this intense relationship with something. There's something that's going to affect you on a deep and emotional level. And if you find yourself where you're feeling betrayed by somebody or something, you may feel very vulnerable. You may feel destructive. So be aware of where you're placing your trust and your emotions. Be aware of obsessions, But I do feel like, for many of you, there's an end of a chapter in your life, and you're kind of going through a transformation, and perhaps that, not so good feeling needed to happen. A lot of butterflies here in the Cancer reading. You're all butterflies. There's some karmic destinies that are coming up. There's some ultimate experiences that are going to help you grow and transform. And, you know that what happens in this year, don't hold on to it. Don't let it make you bitter. Don't have it hold you back. Okay? Because I feel like for some of you, that's a struggle on an everyday level, and you don't want that to happen. You don't want to get caught up in that this year. I feel like there's a lot of mystery in this year for you all. And there's like this feeling of like darkness and the unknown coming through for many of you. You know, it's a year of great transformation for you all. You know, some things might seem like life or death issues. Some things, it may be just as simple as evaluating your life choices and making a change. But the need for change for you, Cancer, is great. And there's some things that are just going to crumble so that you can build them back up in a different way. And there's a change for each of you that must occur. And you cannot move ahead until you make this change. And it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel easy. It's going to be very serious. There's a commitment to this change that has to happen. And no doors will open that are not yours. So keep that in mind. If you're prone to psychic abilities, know that premonitions, visions, communications from spirits, they're going to kind of be kind of bumped up this year for you. You're going to be able to tap into that even more, into that psychic realm. And I feel like for some of you, there's past life work that needs to be done in this coming year. Health-wise, there may be some long-term illness, whether it's you or somebody really important to you, that may be the focus of this year. And I don't want you to get caught up in that, but know that it's just part of life. It's almost like it's a year of unknown and darkness that comes for you all. And moving through it will be uncomfortable. It will be difficult. It will be rewarding, transformative as well. I'm going to pull a card for you all. An additional card here. Guys, the Six of Earth. And he's strong. And he's got a key there. The key to his own freedom. Right around his neck. You have some responsibilities this year. Responsibilities to yourself, responsibilities to your family. For many of you, there's especially a responsibility to your children this year, or those who need or depend on you for love or support. Because it's your responsibility to provide them with that safety. It's your duty to provide them with the physical and emotional things that they need. It's your ability as parents to set a good example and be a role model for your children. And this is for those of you with children. Educate them, teach them, be truthful, be respectful. Teach them about life outside the home. Teach them about nature. Teach them about the world that they live in. Again, lead by example. For those of you who don't have children, it's your responsibility in the coming year to be the best person that you can be. Help where you can. Help in your community. Share your knowledge whenever possible. Again, you're also leading by example and being responsible for your words and your deeds. We all have a duty in life, whether it's to our personal family or is it to the collective. But we don't want to be a martyr either. We don't want to give. We don't want to play victim. I want you all to move out of victim mentality this year. No suffering for no reason. Help others for the right reasons. So if this reading resonated with you, please hit that like button. If you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. And if you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please be sure to share it with them. All right, Gemini. So this Jupiter Saturn conjunction is happening in your 9th house, Gemini. It's about faith. It's about broadening your horizons. And that could be spiritually, that could be academically. You could find yourself in a long journey ahead in this coming year. This energy is about finding the answers that are beyond your sight. It's about what lies over the horizon. And this is where we see that, traveling far, or maybe taking a course or learning something. And horizons can also be spiritual, where you're trying to understand the meaning of your life. And what comes after it? What is the universe? What exists? And I feel like everything that this year is leading you towards your own truth. But you have to keep searching until you find it. It's not going to come right away. And I feel like you're looking for meaning this year. Meaning and truth. Being authentic and genuine. There's a search. It's like a big year of searching. And you may find yourself redefining your beliefs many, many times this year. You may find yourself making different connections. You may find yourself moving a lot. But know that every experience that you have this year is going to provide some kind of meaning to your life and to your journey, to your truth, to what it is that you're searching for. I feel like for so many of you, that the obstacles that have been holding you back are going to be removed. They're going to be lifted. Destiny and fate and karma also come into play this year. So keep that in mind. Have faith that it will turn out the way it should. It'll be right. Wrongs will be righted. Your path may be changed. How you feel about what you want in life may change this year. You may find inspiration in things that are written, ideas or concepts that are written down. I also feel like you're going to have to go outside of your ordinary, or what feels ordinary, to achieve your goals. Explore. Go on a quest. It's in the destination for you, where you're going to find answers. So I want you to seek guidance. I want you to seek understanding, seek meaning this year. You want to broaden your understanding of yourself and of life and of your path and journey. You may find yourself disconnected. Some of you may find yourself disconnected, and it's a temporary disconnect from others, maybe from someone in particular, maybe a family member, but it's just temporary. It's a temporary disconnect. I feel like there's not a lot of commitment for you there this year, Gemini. I feel like it's just about going on a journey this year and changing. You'll be changed through that journey and that process. I'm going to pull a card for additional guidance. Gosh, that's a powerfully fire card. So that is the five of fire, which is also the wands in tarot. So I feel like this has to do with your soul lesson for the year, and you may find yourself, for some of you, there's like a time of chaos or conflict or confrontation. And I feel like for some of you too, that you may find yourself rivaling against others or competing against others. And you might want to be aggressive to come out on top. But the battles and the rivalry and the need for dominance is not the path that you want to take. That is the path that's going to deter you. It's going to be full of obstacles. It's the path of ego. It's the path of power, and it's not your path. Whatever the motivation is in your life is important. You'll have this choice to really walk one path or another. For you all, there's two paths, okay? And you're going to have a choice as to which path you take, which path you embrace. I don't want you to embrace the spiteful path. I don't want you to embrace the malicious path. I don't want you to embrace the path that finds yourself judged and condemned. I want you to make the choice to end it, to be mindful of your actions. I feel like maybe for some of you, there's also legal issues that will come up as well. And your guides are saying that justice will be served. So it depends on, who wrote the law and who did the hurting, because the other person will receive justice for that. Your guides want you to keep your emotions under control this year. They want you to have your facts straight. They want you to be respectful of authority. Your behavior, your attitude has a huge bearing on outcomes this year. Have knowledge of your rights and responsibilities as well. And don't allow lack of awareness or kind of shitty behavior put you in at a disadvantage this year. You want to resolve any issues that come up. Don't be unwilling to come to the table and have a discussion and figure things out this year. I know you want to fight to win, but compromise is where it's at. That's the second path. That's the good path you want to follow. The easier path. Okay? And even if you feel like people who have wronged you should be held accountable, know that they will in their own time. It's not up to you to serve up karma or justice. I feel like this year is a year of not only changes, but having faith, acceptance, and walking away, because that's where the resolution comes in. So if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit the like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, be sure to share it with them. And as always, if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Taurus. Taurus. So this Saturn-Jupiter junction is happening in your 10th house, Taurus. And this is the house of the world. It is the house of achievements and your status in the outside world. So I feel for you that whatever area of your life you're looking for achievement or status, maybe it's your career, that's what it'll be for most people, but it could also be your reputation or how you're viewed by others, okay? This is what's going to be most on your mind and most influencing your life in the coming year. Whatever you want to achieve the most in your life is really going to be highlighted, and the universe is really going to urge you to make progress in that area this year. Some of you may be finding new opportunities or new jobs that can really lead to the type of achievement that you seek. And others, you'll be given opportunities to kind of stand out or contribute in some way. And it's in a way it's meaningful, a reason you can be proud of, something that you might be remembered for. Driving ambition, seeking out new things, or how you behave is all highlighted this year as well. I want you to ask yourself what it is you really want for yourself. Because this is a year that you can achieve that if you want to, if you feel ready to. I don't know why you won't not want to, or I don't know why you'd hold yourself back from that. There's a lot of male energy that's kind of coming through as well. So you may have to tap into that masculine energy this year, Taurus. Because ambition ambition is the energy of the year for you. Advancement, looking at the bigger picture, always telling the truth or being honest, whether that's with others or with yourself. Be honest with yourself this year, Taurus. Tell yourself the truth, because these things, the truth has great bearings on how you advance your goals this year. You know, your ambitions will gain momentum this year. There's illusions that have been part of your life, and those are going to be removed. They're going to fall. Any illusions are going to fall. And you've paid your dues, Taurus. And I want you to take advantage of that. There's also growth that happens, but it comes from the work that you've done. Again, truth and honesty. Truth and honesty really, really will support you through this coming year. Important male figures also, again, I'm getting that masculine energy. Important men or male figures in your life will also be important. Achievements, success, abundance, and money, particularly jobs, careers, and your destiny. I feel like this is like an ending of a cycle for you all. Okay. Ah, yes. See, I say it and it just comes right out. I love that. So we have death and rebirth. So that is very much an ending of a cycle and the birth of a new one. Birth of something more for you. There's something so much more that has been waiting for you, Taurus. And it's time for you to allow it to happen. It's time for you to let some old beliefs go, and really, I don't know, why are you holding on? What are you holding on for? It's time to let go of the past. There's no going back, you know, and I know that the future can be scary when it's unknown, you know, but it's time to begin living again, Taurus. And you may find that your life is so completely transformed that you don't even recognize it anymore. And that's the butterfly effect for you. Transmutation is complete by the end of this year. And an old you is gone and a new you has been reborn. An old life is gone and a new life has been reborn. Life as you know it will change this year, Taurus. But I want you to have excitement and anticipation about that change. There's going to be this journey of undoing and being and becoming. Know that anything that ends, something will take its place that will be better. Don't allow fear to stall you or have you withdraw from your life path this year. There's only two choices for you this year. You can remain in limbo or you can accept reality. Your guides want you to surrender and be reborn. And rebirth is not an instant process, so keep that in mind. Your beliefs are going to change. Your outlooks are going to change. Your perceptions and understanding of your world around you is going to change. Your roles and your purpose are going to change this year. I feel like that little baby in the egg, that's you. You know, something new, something refreshing. You're going to learn what you're capable of. And you're going to do that through adapting to the changes. Again, I'm getting the end of a life cycle here for you. Come spring, there's time of growth. Autumn will be inspiring. But there's no stopping the changes. Trust that it is real. Trust that it is yours. Trust that it is your path and it's a new stage on your journey. I know some of you may have some sudden changes, and it may be terrifying, but you know, the things that seemed impossible, the things that seem like they're just gonna ruin everything, you'll move through it. Know that you'll move through it. Know that it's temporary. Give yourself time to adjust to changes. Don't make any long-term decisions right after a change, and don't panic. Focus on the short-term future as things change. You know, and then once you kind of become more emotionally and mentally clearer, that's when you can make the big decisions this year. Let go, Taurus. It's time for something new. So if this reading resonated with you, please hit that like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, be sure to share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Aries. My Aries out there. So Aries, this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction is happening in your 11th house. It's where the cosmos grants wishes, gives you luck, connects you with friends, a lot of social occasions. I know you Aries love that. So for you guys this year, I want you to wish upon stars, really. Seriously, literally wish upon some stars. I want you to focus on optimism and hope and fortune, literally. I feel like you're going to find yourself lots of opportunities. There may be opportunities as well. Like, I want you to caution you. There may be opportunities where you can have a closer look at who your friends are and what they represent. And in truth, if they're part of you, if you know, your friends influence you and their karmic energy can seep into yours. So I want you to be sure that you're happy with the values and morals of your friends. You know, it's okay to have different opinions, but if their behaviors and their standards are not the same as yours, I want you to consider where that's not appropriate for you anymore. And I feel like maybe that's not just friends. That can also be on a bigger level this year. Take opportunities that come in with a happy heart. I don't know. know. That's just what's coming through. I feel like you're going to find a lot of support this year, Aries. And again, you can find support from friends or even other associations. I feel like it's not a year to go it alone. I feel like you'll need some help this year. And I want you to focus on your associations, on how you connect with others. Because really, this is a good year for you to align yourself with other people that have similar ideals and aspirations in your life. Again, beware of who you surround yourself with, because you're really combining your energies with theirs. And the 11th house also has a lot to do with your destiny and what you decide to kind of give before you leave this earth, or your soul's purpose. You know, it deals with the greater good and living up to an ideal. So I want you to keep that in mind as the year goes through. And there's this reminder that you are unique. Who you are is unique. And we need you. The world needs you. People in your life need you. Just for who you are. Okay? And I want you to know that there's going to be people that come into your life, or maybe people or a person, they're going to come in at just the right time. Just when you need them. And they're there for support. They're there to help you be yourself. And you may find that old friends maybe come and go this year. Don't take it personally. And this is very much, I feel like Aries, it's not about just you this year as well. It's about others. It's about the collective. It's about how you can bring out the best in others. It's about groups for you. Again, who you align yourself with. Because I feel like that whoever you're aligning yourself with is very important. And trusting in the flow and trusting in your own essence and your own uniqueness is really important. You get the 3 of fire here. So I love the fire energy for you. I do. So I feel like this is coming through. And really, again, we have this need for you. I want you to I don't want you to copy people. I don't want you to try to be like anyone else this year. I want you to explore yourself and who you are and find out what I want your life to be a true reflection of you. This is a time to be innovative. This is a time to be creating, using your experience and your imagination to inspire you. Don't focus on the visions and ideas of others this year, Aries. And you may find yourself, again, exploring paths that others have lived trying to help you determine how to be yourself or live your life. And I don't want you to get caught up in that. And I definitely want you to focus on stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out into the unknown, having faith in the unknown, having faith in something different and new. And I only want you to create and invest in things that feel right to you. Look closely at what you're doing this year. Watch where you're going. I don't want you to miss anything because you weren't paying attention or you were cutting corners. There's no quick way. I want you to find a way to live your vision. Be unique. Be you this year. Okay? So if this reading resonated with you, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe. All right, Pisces. So this Jupiter Saturn conjunction is happening in your 12th house, Pisces. And your 12th house, the house of escape, it's probably the area of your life that's overwhelming. There's this greater cause, bigger than yourself, perhaps going on. And I feel like you may not be in a very powerful position this year, Pisces. I feel like you may have to give up something for the greater good of what's going on in your life. I don't want you to put off too many things, but it could be wise to put off really serious decisions this year, because I feel like whatever is going on for you guys, you're not seeing everything. You're not seeing all the facts. You don't have a clear view of reality. And you may have to focus a bit on your compassion for others. I feel like you may have to try to be selfless this year. It's an interesting energy that's coming through for you all. Almost for some of you, it's something urgent. It's like this urgent need for you to understand that you can't always have the things that you want, and you can't always make the changes that you need because you're not seeing things as they are. I feel like many of you feel a bit fragmented. You know, it's not a time to ignore or overlook things this year. It's very much the house of self-undoing. That's almost the theme, is of self-undoing. Choices or lapse in judgment are likely, so beware of that. But I feel like you're on a passage to something more meaningful. But I feel a lot of highs and a lot of lows in the coming year. I feel like a lot of toxic energy being removed from your body, from your mind, from your life. But in doing so, it may cause some confusion, some fear, some paranoia, because it's not something that you're used to. You're going to have to tap into and feel something different. And you may struggle to understand signs, signals, I feel like also too that there's a lot of warnings coming for you, Pisces. Do not look for others for fulfillment. And don't look to others to give you purpose, especially not in this coming year, because you may be looking to the wrong people, or you may just not even know how to do it yourself. And what's going to come through for you this year is very much the truth of who you are, of what you've been living. And I want you to search for clarity, and I want you to watch out for deception. Know that karma and fate play a big part of your year and the energy that comes through for you. Again, really beware of people or the energy of like con artists kind of energy. Beware of that. So your soul lesson is the sensual. I'm not really good at how to say that. But it is the 7 of Earth energy. And there's just this need this year for you to tap into your duty. Put others, I feel like, put the needs of others before your needs. And not to the point where you're a martyr, or to the point where, you're just giving it all away all the time. But it's like this energy of service for a higher purpose. Duty to those around you, duty to those who rely on you, making changes so that way you're able to allow others to rely on you. Set aside what you think you want in order to step into what you need. Allow yourself to be committed and dedicated to the responsibilities in your life. I feel like it's a year of doing things the right way, obeying the rules or following the direction of others. I feel like you may need to put aside some personal beliefs and opinions at times. And use your personal power wisely. What is it that you choose to do this year? What is your responsibility? What is important? Because your choices may not have always been the best choices. And I don't want you to sacrifice your own integrity to follow things that aren't in your best interest this year. Question everything. Do not follow blindly. So if this reading resonated with you, please be sure to hit that like button. If you know somebody who could benefit from this reading, please share it with them. And if you want to see more readings from me, please be sure to subscribe.